We are back with another spectating game here. This one's going to be a Bronze Kiriko. This one's an interesting one. Reason why I am watching this one is because I wanted to see this. So basically, this is a Kiriko who is actually new to video games in general, and only like new to games in general, like new to video games. On top of that, first FPS ever, Overwatch is. So I'm going to read the description here. We're going to talk about this one, how it goes. I'm ready for this. I'm very new to video games in general. Have only started playing on PC earlier this year, and Overwatch is my first FPS game ever. My mechanical skills are lacking, and I'm still not really sure when to use Kiriko's ult, but I think my situational awareness and reaction times are decent, and I would love to know how I can shine up my strengths before focusing on aim training. Hey, that's fair. I talk about it all the time. Aim and mechanics come with time. The rest you can continuously work on. Well, you can work on those both. I recently dropped from Silver 3 to Bronze 5. And it's been difficult for me to switch my playstyle from less passive to more aggressive. And my struggle has been costing my team games. Talk a little bit about you talking about like dropping from Silver 3 to Bronze 5. There was when you first placed, sometimes it will place you a little bit higher, and then that can happen. So like that's really not, sometimes that can happen. There were multiple times where our support would scold my tank and me for pushing up too far past cart. And because I was trying to keep our tank up, I left our backline vulnerable. The rest I will wait to talk about here. We'll see how it goes. But yes, we're going to be watching somebody here who has played, this is pretty much, they're pretty new to games here. Pretty new to video games, and Overwatch 2's like their first FPS. So you know what? Let's watch this and see how it goes. Sound good, chat? Also, we record these live, so you want to come by and watch these. You should have come follow my stream. Okay, so nobody even pushed out of spawn for the first 10 seconds. We're off to a good start here. Keep in mind, no one pushed out of spawn for 10 seconds. The other team is probably so confused. All right, let's see. Why is there a tracer in your spawn?
Like a gentle rain.
All right, just so I understand this very quickly, let me just get this correct here. You said your support was getting mad at you for pushing past the cart. Meanwhile, your BAP pushed up to the cart and was basically the tank while you were trying to help peel the back line. So far, this has been the opposite of what was talked about. Obviously, that can change over the course of this game, but I just want to I want to point that out. All right. You know, so far, like, you're playing this, like, pretty well, I gotta say. Keep in mind, chat, too, like, if we see, like, just to remind everybody, like, the Kiriko did say, like, when it comes to, like, the aim and stuff, like, they're gonna keep working on that and, like, improving on that. They're looking more for, like, the decision-making in-game, because the aim will come with time, first time playing, like, you know, on PC, and on top of that, like, you know, really new to, like, games in general, so sometimes, like, you know, just remember that, all right? Yeah, I got the pings. We got everything going. I mean, so far, I want to say you're playing fine. Okay, so you ask about Kitsune. Right now could be a good time at a Kitsune. Like, right now. Okay. Well, it's nothing you can do about that. That Hanzo wasn't going to be doing their homework. As I can say, their name is not doing homework. They're not doing their homework, okay? You could have ulted there, but obviously that was a little bit unlucky on the timing, so that's not really your fault. You just got rolled by a Hanzo. So far, you're playing fine. Listen, if your Cassidy gets mad at anybody on your team because they ran all the way up here by themselves and then got rolled by a Hanzo and by a Tracer over here, that is not on you. Listen, this is why regrouping can be so important. This is not on you. Cassidy was just vibing. This is a good Kitsune timing. This is definitely a good, well, maybe not so now that you windowed. Listen, so far you had said your teammate was complaining, your support was complaining that you weren't playing on the back line, and that you're playing too aggressive, and then meanwhile, your BAP is going in front of you and running into the Hanzo ult. Nice shot. So I'm so confused here. Okay, it's okay to be aggressive with Kitsune here. It's okay. You can. This is a good timing. You asked a good timing. This is a great timing to do that. This is a great timing. This is a great timing. Kitsune. 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 Alright, you want to Kitsune this because you can get it again? Keep in mind you would have had a second Kitsune by now. Alright, Kitsune. Alright. Now, I know you got the point, but it's okay. Oh, wow, there you go. Back to spawn. Why is it great timing? Because it's all about taking map control at this point. And keep in mind that, like, sometimes it's just about making sure you get the point. Look how quickly you're getting Kitsune, and look at the timing on that. It guarantees you're going to win the team fight. Sometimes there's no guarantee you're going to get that. Obviously, they didn't go to point. All right, you can Kitsune here, too. Even when you're down one here, it's okay if you want to here. You can save it if you'd like. So now, if you're... All right. There we go. Not bad. This is fine. You're doing fine here. Good heals. And you use Kitsune. And it worked. Come to my position. Are you saving your back line? You're playing at an off angle. You're hitting some of your shots. I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you, so far, this has been pretty good. So far. My, like... Is it because the tracers on your backline? So wait, is this like where they're blaming you? Let me see this. Okay, your Ana's... Okay, so like... I think the funny part about this too, though, is your Ana's complaining that you're not playing at the backline and you're not healing your backline. Meanwhile, your Cassidy's trying to help the backline while your Ana's not looking for the heals on the backline. And you aren't either there. Don't get me wrong, but it's always funny when that happens. How, like, they'll be like, yeah, why aren't you healing the backline? Meanwhile, as a Cassidy, like, hello, I need help. Hello, I need help, please. There's a tracer on our backline. And Ana's like, not my problem. You kidding me? That's not my problem. And then your Ana gets stuck. Like, there's nothing that can be done there. The World Cup, yes. World Cup, next matches for World Cup are going to be in November. So far, pretty good. Obviously, like, yeah, look in the back line for your teammates as much as you can for, like, that type of situation. And if it becomes an issue, you want to, like, become aware that, like, okay, your back line needs help. You'll see me make that adjustment in rank sometimes. I'll be like, okay, listen, me being aggressive isn't working. I'm going to go to my back line and help my back line, and we can win the game because of that, because I'm recognizing that playing aggressive isn't working, and they're just going to our back line. That's the only reason why we're losing. So you can make those adjustments.
Let's take him to the wasteland.
Nice shots! Did I misread what? Let me look at something here. You said your support said that you were playing too aggressive. Was it that? Were you saying that your support was playing too aggressive? Let me see. I got to see this again. Oh, no, this is right here. There were multiple times where our support would scold the tank and I for pushing up too far. Okay, here we go. Here's the tracer on the back line. I already can tell you what's going on here. This Ana's getting one shot by random stuff, and it's just like, no, it must be on the Kiriko. I watch this. I'm just telling you right now because I'm going to show you what happened here. That Ana just got one shot. And the reason why the Ana got one shot is because of Hanzo one shot. And watch. All right, two shot. There's no way you're saving your Ana there. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, yeah, granted you could be there pre-healing, but like they're gonna get two shot. They were just sitting there on the stairs like. All right, I'll keep watching here. I'd say so far you haven't been playing this too bad. Like, obviously, like, there's things you can, like, positioning can be a little bit better. Maybe, like, use your swift step a little bit more. I noticed you're not using your swift step too much. Like, you could go up high ground right now and be in a decent spot with that Ashe, right? All right, let's see how this goes. Oh, also, use Kitsune right here, please. Like, right here. Thank you. I will say, I recommend if you can get it at a better angle. So, like, remember, the Fox runs into a wall. It runs into, like, wherever you're going to go. So, the longer that you, like, can get that sight line, like, you'll get the max distance on that Fox that you can. You know what I'm saying on Kitsune? All right, I will admit right here. Okay, listen, if your Ana dies there to that. Okay, so I will say, we will talk about this. I would have focused on making sure your Ana stayed alive there. You saw your Ana get low and you just looked away. That, I recommend healing your Ana, okay? That was a part where you could have turned around. Because, like, obviously you got the Tracer, but that is a position where you could have done that. Yeah. Good cleanse.
I'm restored. Under my protection.
So far, I guess I don't see what the other support was complaining about. Am I missing something here? Like, oh, like I feel like I'm not. Am I missing something? I don't understand. All right, here we go.
Soothing your wounds.
Okay, so I saw this in the chat. You said, it seems like the Kiriko is focused on damage over healing in scenarios where healing would have been the move. I mean, Kiriko's, like, kit is really... If you're running an Ana Kiriko, like, Ana generally will do a lot of the healing during that, and Kiriko will do... Kiriko almost becomes the off support at that point, and you do a little bit more of your damage output with, like, the heals in between. For example, I agree that one time we saw the Ana low that the Kiriko should heal the Ana, but, like, you probably don't want to spend your whole time just spamming heals like this. Now, Kiriko in Season 1, that's very much how you played Kiriko, but if you're playing, like, a double, like, support comp like this with, like, Ana Kiriko, like, you can do a little bit more damage output. In fact, there's a lot of Kirikos who will actually start to flank right now, go for damage, and then teleport back to their teammates. And you'll even see that in, like, pro play. Like, a Kiriko will go in their backline, set up in their backline, go for, like, an early shot, like, and then just TP out. And you'll see, like some really good Kirikos go for that because, like, you can balance that. And your Ana will do a lot of the healing at that point. But so far, like, I think, like, the balance of heals and damage has been pretty good. Obviously, you can be a little bit more of, like, I guess that situational awareness of making sure you're checking for your teammates during some of the plays. But overall, like, I will say, though, you've been asking a question about, like, what are some things that, like, not aim, you said, like, aim-wise, you're gonna keep, like, working on all of that and everything, but, like, first of all, that was a nice shot. Second of all, don't be afraid to use your swift step. At the very least, if you TP into your teammates there and you just throw a Suzu down, maybe you get, like, 8-9% extra ult charge, and you're gonna reset with your team anyway. You can use your swift step quite frequently. It's a pretty short cooldown that is, like, you can use it more than you are. So if there's one thing I've noticed, start adding the swift step to your gameplay. Can't do much about point there. Your Ana's playing aggressive. See, okay, here's the thing. And I can already tell what's going to happen. Your Ana is going to get mad at you for not healing the Ana there, but when in reality what's happening is your Ana's in the middle of the open. So while you're trying to keep your Ashe alive, your Ana is just crouched right here in the middle of this road here, scoped in on the Zarya, and essentially is basically saying, why aren't you healing me in that situation? The problem is, this is where, like, I always talk about positioning, right? Even if like, your positioning is, like, even if, like, you're going, okay, I'm healing my Zarya. There are so many better spots you could be to heal your Zarya from now. Even at this angle, look at this. If you're playing Ana right now and you're at this angle right here, look how many sight lines you're already taking away from the other team. When you're right here, you're like, hello! I am looking for maximum damage. Also, this Ashe is vibing.
Eyes open. Fall back. Fall back. Let me balance you out.
I would back away if your Zarya dies here. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Fall back.
Your Zarya has decided. Yep. You know what I love? Chat, you can hear the Kiriko voice line. Fall back. Fall back. Fall back. And Zarya's like, yeah, we'll run right in. We got this. I got you. No, I'm asking you to fall back to me. Go in? I got you. I can go in. No. Fall back. I got you. Yup. Kitsune. Kitsune. You talked about Kitsune. This is your timing. Kitsune. Kitsune. Okay, so you wanted to know when the Kitsune. Listen, countering with Kitsune right there when they are using those ultimates is a really good play. You were asking about Kitsune. That is a perfect opportunity. Why do you do that? Because you're countering their ultimates, and it makes their play less effective. You definitely want to use Kitsune right there. Oh, you have a hog now. Oh, I'm sure your team's going to be having a blast here.
Man looks up.
Cleanse. Nice cleanse. Good cleanse.
Let the keep
This Kitsune is fine. You might be going, why double support? Oh, this is totally fine. This is a good Kitsune.
warm inside.
Just keep in mind, like, I want you to look at how often you're using Kitsune and how often you would probably have Kitsune, like, you'd probably average, even right now, 3 more Kitsunes a game if you were just using Kitsune. Straight up.
Burn bright for me.
Like, you would just absolutely. So your Ana went Life Weaver now. Huh. Huh. This is interesting. This is interesting. Huh.
Burn bright for me.
Kitsune. Soon. Kitsune. I need you to Kitsune here to get your team some time here. Like it can be like in the next few seconds you want to Kitsune this.
Bathe in sunlight.
Keep in mind you also get your Suzu back. Kitsune.
Battle ignites me.
Kitsune. Kitsune, please. If you use Kitsune here, this is going to help your team buy some time. You want to use your Kitsune. I still think if you use it a little bit sooner, you're not over-ulting as much here. That was a great Mayo. But like the reason why you're gonna use Kitsune there also, let me give you like, and this can happen in Overwatch. Sometimes when you Kitsune, you're like the other team is forced to back away, or they over-ult, and your team has a huge advantage. So don't be afraid to use Kitsune. You don't sometimes like waiting for the perfect moment of an ultimate. It's like you ever get into a game and you have like a Zarya on your team who will not grab one person. The only way they ever grab is they are waiting for the perfect grab. They have to wait for 5 people. If there isn't 5 people in that grab, they will hold on to grab the whole time. It is okay to use your ultimate to get 1 person, to get 2 people, all of that. It's okay. I'm telling you, it is okay. Because what wins a team fight? When you get a pick. So like, don't like sit there and just like wait and wait and wait. Because your Kitsune could lead to not using maybe May ult there. Maybe your team doesn't use May ult. Maybe it is an ult domino. Who knows? Good pull by your teammate. Oh, the Bastion pick. What rank is this? Bronze 5. Yep.
I've got you. Hear my bell.
Yeah. Hey, the Swift Step. There we go. I recommend Suzuin right when it's up. Right now. There you go. Kitsune right away. Kitsune right away. Kitsune. 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 The moment that hits 100%, you hit that button. You hit that button. You hit that button. If you are at any point, you're at that percentage, you're hitting that button. There's no way. Because what are you waiting on? There's just, you just spam that button and you use that ultimate. That 1 second time in could be the difference in one of your teammates' cooldowns because it's going to increase their, it's going to decrease how quickly they get their cooldowns, right? Just use it. All right, now your other support has gone Mercy to pocket the Zarya on the...
The breeze brings relief.
What? The only reason why we're like even keep in mind the reason why we're like watching this point of view right now is because that support was like getting mad at the tank and the support on this current team for playing too aggressive. And I have seen that support player play more aggressive than anybody on the team. I actually think they've been the most aggressive on the team out of everybody.
The breeze brings relief. Careful, we're outnumbered.
Nice shot. Ooh, nice play.
Restoring balance.
Yeah, I think pocketing the Bastion, it's like, and you can kind of see what's happening there is the reason why they went Mercy is because they're like, oh, well, this tank's playing too aggressive. I need to just pocket the Mercy and go with the tank. But in reality, just damage boosting the Bastion here would probably be fine. Meanwhile, your Zarya's all the way up there. You can go with your Zarya as long as your Bastion stays on card. What rank is this? Bronze 5? Yeah, but the Mercy dying there was just a random headshot by Hanzo. Like, listen, sometimes, like, we're not gonna, like, go like, oh, what are they doing? Like, let's be honest here. Yeah, that first play by the Mercy wasn't ideal. But, like, I'm not gonna look at the second play and be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, Hanzo randomly headshot the Mercy, okay? That happens. I think if you load into Overwatch for the day, that's probably happened to you at least once. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be like, oh, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, that's just unlucky. That's not even on the Mercy at that point. I mean, maybe they were standing still typing or something, but like, there you go. Better Kitsune. I like that aggression on Kitsune here. That's what I mean, by the way. Even if you get no value in the sense of the limbs, being proactive like that is a good play. I like that play. Good job. Good cleanse on the res. So I read this in the chat. You said half the team is on cart and won't get use of that one. Now hear me out. Sometimes the value in an ultimate comes from the space that your team creates. So what happened there is when Kitsune happened, the other team backed away, the Zarya flanked and got in a limb. Sometimes, and we always talk about zone and ults, and obviously sometimes we'll meme about zone and ults, right? You know, anytime I high noon, it's a zone and ult, because I haven't had a high noon limb in probably weeks. But anytime you use an ultimate, sometimes the space creation alone from that is going to be just good enough. Sometimes that is going to just, it gives your team that extra percentage, right? You can't wait for the perfect ultimate sometimes. And look at your team's ults. You have 4 ults coming up. If you lose because you Kitsune'd and your team got in the limb and they backed up, then that ain't going to be on the Kiriko at that point, all right? You said Kitsune zoning isn't great value? No, it's not. So right now, it's an overtime. Every single team fight here is very important. If you even get a pick and you get the map control, it is so important in comparison to if there's 3 minutes on the clock. Why are overtime spawns extremely important? Is because overtime spawns are longer. So that's why whenever you're playing overtime, you ever notice you'll get like a 6-5 game? It's because there's less team fights happening because there's longer spawns. The value of the ultimate is during that ult, right? The other team backed away and was basically looking at the Kitsune ultimate, okay? The Zarya gets in a limb. Now the Zarya flanked after that, but the Zarya got in the limb. It's a 5v4. The rest of this team has to back away. See, they have to run away. And they're in overtime spawns, which means their spawns are longer. Which means that, yes, listen, if we wanted to look at it and go, oh, could you have Kitsune, you know, at 85 meters up here at an angle here, send your Kitsune all the way down here, get a perfect angle? Probably, right? You could even argue that the Kitsune wasn't needed there because maybe the Olymp still happens. But, especially on this side of things, it's okay to use Kitsune there. It doesn't have to be perfect. I was just talking about this earlier where you'll have Zaryas who will hold on to grabs for 5.5 years, waiting to use grab because they want to get 5 people in it. I will solo grab somebody half the time as Zarya, and we'll win that team fight because it's now a 5v4. Ah. It actually makes sense now. The reason why the Zarya jumped away from the high ground because the Ashe dropped down. So now look what's happened, right? Now you have a situation where this team is basically forced to have to back away or your teammates are getting their cooldowns reset, right? Your Zarya now is just flanking. Their Ashe, the moment that Kitsune happened, ran to the side of the map, and look how this whole team fight goes, right? You see how this whole team fight goes? Now, is it a perfect Kitsune? No. But watch the reaction by the Ashe off this Kitsune. Watch. Uh-oh, it's a Kitsune. I have to run away. You see that? The Ashe saw the Kitsune, ran away, because they were in the middle of the Kitsune, didn't want to be there. What happens to that Ashe? That Ashe is now in spawn behind you. It is now a 5v4 from the Kitsune alone. So that's the point I'm trying to make is like, already you're getting value out of that ultimate, even if it's not showing 5 limbs on the top there. You get what I'm saying? And keep in mind when I'm talking about that, it doesn't mean that's a perfect ultimate either. I'm not saying like, wow, this is the best Kitsune you're ever going to have. But I'm okay with the Kitsune usage in that situation. I'm okay with the Kitsune usage in that situation. Okay, listen, Zarya. Listen, Zarya. When I was talking about zone and ultimates, I wasn't saying that it's good for every ultimate, though. Listen, Zarya. When I said... okay, we had a whole discussion about zone and ults, okay? Okay, this is what okay, this right here... Chat. When we talk about... I love how we go from the whole discussion about zone and ults to this. Okay, this is not a good zone and ult. Alright? And it runs to the point? Oh, this is the classic. This is something we've seen in bingo cards, which might be on the next bingo card we do. It's called the overtime play, where the other team sees overtime and decides they have to run to the cart over and over again. Oh, I got you. My bad on that one. Now I know. All right, here we go. I think that's a good push by your team. You said Flats did too? Okay, fair. Who's through the res here, by the way? There's a res. Cleanse. Nice cleanse. It was... Listen. This was a great attack. That was such a great attack. But yeah, so far, I gotta say, the Kiriko's been playing well. Like, I feel like if you keep doing what you're doing, I do think that you need to start to use Swift Step in your kit more, as well as also be willing to use Kitsune a lot more. But I think you had mentioned Kitsune, and I think we've kind of given you some options here on when Kitsune would be good. So. Alright.
Feel better?
Jay, thanks for the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks, Jay. Honestly, I like your Swift Step up here. This was I actually like that play, by the way. I know you like your soldier ran away, but I like that play to go up there and take that off angle. That was really good. I like that off angle play. This is bronze 5. Yep, that was a good play. That's what I mean about being more proactive with your Swift Step. It's okay to be aggressive with it. I really feel like your Mercy should damage boost at least the turret on Bastion. I feel like there's a lot of value with turret on there. Nice job. Yeah, this is Bronze 5. And this character's playing well. Like I said, like, I think what we've watched here, it's been an interesting game because, like you said, like, your other support was saying that you and your tank were playing too aggressive. But, like, I feel like you've been playing not even remotely aggressive. I feel like you've been playing exactly how, for the most part, you would want to play Kiriko from a positional point of view. And when I say positional, I mean, like, the distance from your team. Like, positioning can be worked on, right? But I mean, like, your distance from your team has been pretty good. In my opinion, has been pretty good. This is interesting. This is where I would recommend, like, TPing out. Swift step out. Yeah, try swift step into somebody further away. Because if you do that, this is not going to go as well. This is not going to go as well. I like that Kitsune, too. That was a good Kitsune. Nice job. That was a good play. I mean, you got on there. Like, that was good. Like, this was well played. This was well played. If people wonder if they get to touch the card there, they only had 2 alive on point. They already won this. We're going to summarize a little bit here and talk about this game for a second. So, like, for anybody wondering what we're watching here is basically this is a player who was new. This is the first, keep in mind, the first game played. First FPS game. So, just to summarize again, new to video games, new to PC, first FPS game ever, Overwatch is. A lot of the questions here in this was, well, first of all, the other support was scolding the tank and the support here, the support we were watching, for pushing too far past the cart. I'm going to be honest with you, I barely saw you go past the cart. Meanwhile, your support was playing really aggressive. I feel like, honestly, you're playing fine. You know, I definitely work on, you even talked about, like, your situational awareness and, like, some of that, like, definitely work on, like, your Kitsunes and your swift step usage, but, like, I think overall, this was a pretty good game. Aim will come with time, movement will come with time, but, like, overall, you played that very well. At least that's how I see it, and I don't really think that was an issue of you pushing too aggressively. If anything, that was like, I didn't see that happen much. Anyway, great job. I think you're gonna keep climbing. Chat, everybody, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. We record these live, so you haven't come by the stream to watch these, make sure to record these live. Or to watch, I mean, if you want to watch them recorded live, that is, sorry. Thank you a ton for watching. Sub to all the YouTubes if you haven't. Hope you all have an amazing day / night.